Have you ever wondered how fast manifestations can come to fruition? I've seen it happen in a matter of hours. Today we're going to talk all about how to turn around any situation quickly involving another person. Using the law of assumption during any situation helps you to get in the practice of applying this to your everyday life. So whether the situation is big or small, using the law of assumption will not only help you turn around that situation faster, but it will also grow your trust muscle with the law of assumption, and you will start to believe the power of the law even more, which in turn will bring more of your desires to you faster. Let's start with a small issue. Let's say you are in a fight with your best friend. You feel like you didn't do anything wrong. You've been in this position so many times with this particular friend. This is the outcome that always happens when the two of you disagree. They are so stubborn in their belief that they are right, they are unwilling to bend. I've been in these situations many times with many headstrong people. People that normally would rather not talk to you than admit that they did anything wrong. Here's how you are going to use the law of assumption in this situation. One of Neville Goddard's concepts is that everyone is you pushed out. This simply means that every person you come into contact with and interact with is actually an aspect of yourself. To be a little more specific, every person is acting out a role that you've assigned to them based on your assumptions about them. For example, if you believe that every time you get in a fight with your friend, they will never apologize, then that is going to be your experience with them every single time. Everyone is a mirror to you. They will act and behave exactly how you think they will act and behave. Have you ever had a thought about how someone will act before interacting with them, and then they act exactly how you envisioned they would act? This is exactly how the law works. There is nothing outside of you. Everyone and everything in your reality is all of your consciousness reflected back to you from them. This dives a little bit deeper into the topic of free will, which I will discuss in a later video. But for now, let's go on the basis that your perception of people is going to be exactly what you get reflected back to you from them. Neville talks about infinite realities. This means that any possible outcome, reality, or turn of events already exists in an infinite realm. So every version of every person you meet already exists, meaning that person has an infinite number of ways they can interact with you. Whatever reality you are choosing with a particular person is what is getting reflected back to you. The good news is that you have the power to change a person in your world. If every infinite possibility for how that person will react does indeed exist, then you have the power to assume a different outcome from that person. I know this sounds crazy, but it does work. I'll be honest, I've experienced times when I feel like it isn't working, and the truth is, I just have not held the vision long enough. I've quit before it happens. This can take time and practice and patience. Your only goal is to create a new assumption about that person and hold that assumption. Imagine the feeling you will get when that person reacts the way you envision them, and feel into that as deeply as you can. Over and over and over. Persist until it exists. And this does not mean force. It means truly, lovingly think and feel about this person, the outcome you desire, and it will happen. Let's get back to our example of the friend who never wants to admit wrongdoing. You have the power to change the way that friend responds to you. I've done this many times. Here's what you do. In the moment when you aren't speaking, sit down and imagine the outcome you want. Maybe it's the friend calling to apologize. Maybe it's a text message asking if you can talk. Whatever the outcome is, imagine it. Play it out in your head like a movie, exactly how you want the outcome to be, and believe it and feel it. Think of it as a memory, as in it's already happened and you are remembering how the conversation went. Now here's the tricky part. You need to hold that vision. Throughout the day, you need to act as though that has already happened, which means your mood and actions need to mirror that solution, not the one of you waiting for that text or phone call to come. So act how you would if that solution had already happened, and it will happen. This may take some practice. It may not happen the first time, but keep holding that feeling of that friend. Even after you get things resolved, you need to keep holding that feeling of them, always being willing to talk things through and being friendly and understanding. Hold the vision and feeling of who you want them to be, and that is what your reality will become. You can use this trick for anything that you are going through. I recently had a falling out with one of my closest friends, and I used this exact method to turn the relationship around. Remember, it may take some time if you aren't feeling and holding the desired outcome. It can take patience and practice to really get good at this, but be patient. It does work. I hope this helped you. I'm so happy you clicked on my video. I can't wait to help you keep changing your life for the better. Things are going to get so good for you. I love hearing your success stories, so please DM me on Instagram at manifestwiththelaws or leave a comment below. And please take the time to subscribe. It means the world to me and also keeps you up to date on all of my best manifesting techniques.